Hello, this is Becca from Willow Hill Designs, and welcome to my fellow slow stitchers. Today I'll be sharing my finished page for the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery Field Notes project, and the prompt was Autumn Birds. And I actually managed to finish this a day early, which is nice. I didn't think I'd get caught up. So I didn't know what autumn birds were really, or what birds were autumn birds. So I just chose two of my favorite birds. And the birds that I chose were a cardinal and a little rosy-breasted nuthatch. I have both of these that come to our feeders in our yard, and I love both of these birds. These are two of my favorites. I think they're just beautiful. So what I did here was I just sketched in a branch that they could both be sitting on, and sketched in the cardinal, and then the little nuthatch on here. And I love these. They come to my maple tree, and then they go from there, and it's just a short distance to the feeder. And I love the way they go up and down the tree, and then they hop over to the feeder and then go back, and they make the cutest, softest little chirps as they go. And of course I love the song of the cardinal and the chirps that he or she makes also when coming to the feeder. So these are two of my favorites, and I thought these do have some autumn colors here. So I'll just give you a close-up of this, of what I put on my page. Just a little bit of extra fabric with some text on it to add a little bit to the page. And for the cardinal, both of these birds are just done with DMC floss. And all I did for the cardinal was just a long and short stitch. And sometimes it would be a split stitch depending on how the stitches were laying. But it's just mostly a long and short stitch with a little bit of gray over the red, just to kind of define this wing. And I used, let's see, I think it was 2 strands. Yes, 2 strands of floss for all of this stitching. And the little eye, because it was kind of in this little black mask here, I just did some little white stitching, or it's kind of an off-white color stitching, just kind of a little stab stitch going around the eye, and then of course the little highlight on the eye. The beak is the beak I did with 1 strand of thread on this beak, and just because I needed it to be sort of a little finer. And I labeled this male cardinal. This is the male cardinal, and the scientific name is Cardinalidae. And over here on the rosy-breasted nuthatch, there are different nuthatches, but I love the rosy-breasted. I think they're so pretty. And this again is a male. It's a little more brightly colored. And I just wrote down here nuthatch, rosy-breasted, and the genus is Sitta for this little bird. And so with this little bird, I did the same thing, the long and short stitch, with 2 different colors here, a mixture of a peachy and a little more orangey color for the breast. And then I just did the faintest little tiny V stitches in a deeper color, just to kind of give the feeling of little feathers that might be ruffled maybe by the wind or something. And on his back is that typical kind of a blue-gray color, again with floss and long and short stitch, and just a few random stitches in here to give the appearance of a feather look. And this was an off-white done here with 2 strands again. Same thing with the eye. Because of this little black stripe here, I decided to put some little white stitches, just little stab stitches, to define the eye and a little highlight in the eye. And the beak is generally black, but I did it a darker, kind of a dark gray here for the beak, and just put a little detail in with a black floss also. This branch is also done with a long and short stitch. All of this is done the same way, and I just added in a few stitches of gray just to kind of make it look like it might be a little bit weathered, this branch. And then I decided it needed something up here, this portion of the page. So I had this fabric. I wanted some leaves, and I didn't want to stitch. I knew that would take some time. So I had this fabric. I've had this for ages and ages. It's really very old. I doubt that it's available now. But these were the leaves that I thought I would choose here, this kind of color. And I just took my Derwent pencils and just kind of shaded this a little bit differently, just to kind of make the colors go with the page. And I labeled up here Wild Grape because this fabric does have grapes on it. And they were very purpley, those grapes, and I just added a little bit of blue with my watercolor pencils, just to kind of tie in a little bit more with this than that kind of a raspberry color. And then on the leaves, these leaves are all stitched down with a, I don't know if you can see it, but a little teeny tiny running stitch, just to hold them down all along the edges. And these are backed with a fusible interfacing lightweight, just to give them kind of a, give them a little bit more sturdiness. And again, I put a little fray check around the edges, as I always do when I don't want something to ravel. And so for the centers of these leaves, I just did a little kind of a stab running stitch here down the vein, and just straight stitches where the veins might be. I didn't want to go all the way out, just a suggestion kind of veins are a little darkening in the crease of the leaf. And I added a leaf here that this could be part of a grapevine. And maybe there's another portion here growing. And then again, these may be floating down. So that's basically it. And again, I added the little portions of text, fabric with text on it. And I went around and inked the edges with my Ranger's Distress ink. This time I used walnut on these edges. And lastly, I put my initials and the date when I drew this, November 4th, 2024. So that is it. This is my offering for fall birds or autumn birds. I think, do we have one more for autumn? Oh no. I think, okay, I guess we start winter now. Yeah, I think we only have 3 more pages. Let's see. Okay, yes, autumn. This one, the fall colors, and then the mossy forest, and then the autumn birds. So I only have 3 pages left, 1, 2, and 3. Let's see, 1, yes, 2, and 3. 3 pages left, and that will be winter. So thank you very much for joining me today. And I'm wishing you many blessings, and I hope that you're enjoying fall. If that's the season that you are in your part of the world, I hope you're enjoying it. I happen to love fall. So thank you for joining me, wishing you many blessings, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.